Ahoy! Today I'm going to be doing the 50 facts about me tag. I thought it would be a nice video to do as a new person to YouTube because it would give you a chance to get to know me. So I've got some facts prepared over there and I've got like some stuff to help illustrate them. Let's get started. I don't want this to be a video that's too long, and if you want to tell me anything about you, any interesting facts, just leave them below, or a video response would be nice. My full name is Emily Jane Morris, which is why I've got the username Emily Janey. I was born on the 25th of July 1998, which makes me 15 years old. My parents got divorced 5 years ago before I joined secondary school, but I'm not bothered by it. I was born in East London in Walthamstow, specifically in Whipps Cross Hospital. Although many people inspire me and I've got many idols, if I did ever have to pick one idol, it would be David Bowie. I'm in many fandoms, as I'm sure you'll know, because most of you will be here for the fandoms. These include Harry Potter. Yes, I'm in the Twilight fandom. Don't judge me. It's not my favourite fandom by quite a long way, but I love the DVDs, I love the books, and I won't say anything, but if you haven't seen Breaking Dawn Part 2 or read the book, the plot twist, wow. And Sherlock. I really love Sherlock. I really love Benedict Cumberbatch. I really love Sherlock. My favourite fandom, if I had to pick, would always be Doctor Who. I don't play any sports anymore in teams or anything, but I did used to play hockey, field hockey, for my school. Apart from English, the only other language I can speak is German. I've only ever been to 2 gigs. Take That was my first ever gig. I got tickets free from my own. And One Direction, which I got as a present for Christmas. I aspire to go to Cambridge University to take a degree in law. I've got celiac disease, which means I can't eat gluten, which is in things like bread, pasta, pizza, any sort of carbohydrates that have wheat in them, I can't eat. I read all the time. Like, when I get up in the morning, if I've still got 5 minutes left when I need to wake up, I will read a page. I will read during the day, at lunch and break at school, when I get home, just before I go to bed. Whenever I've got a spare minute, I'm probably reading and or listening to a record. That is pretty much life. Although I love all books, I have got 4 favourite authors, which I know is a bit weird because I'm meant to have 1, but I've got 4. Charles Dickens, I really love. My favourite Charles Dickens book is A Tale of Two Cities, but my camera's currently using that as a stand, so I got Bleak House out, which my sister bought me for Christmas. It is over 1,000 pages long and is all about lawyers, so it suits me. I love J.K. Rowling. I love the Harry Potter series books. It's like my second favourite fandom, and I don't really like the Doctor Who books, so this is my favourite book fandom. So I loved them. I cried. I think we all did, really. Arthur Conan Doyle, the original Sherlock books, I love. They're not too sort of classic. The language is quite sort of modern, so they're quite an easy read. And I love these ones because they've got introductions by the cast. This one's got Benedict Cumberbatch introduction, and The Hound of the Baskervilles is my favourite Conan Doyle book. And Shakespeare. Don't judge me for reading Shakespeare. I'm not ponce. Just like Shakespeare. I don't really like the ones when it's like Shakespeare made it easy and you have like Shakespearean and modern. I prefer just reading it and seeing what I get out of it myself without people having to translate it for me. I prefer showers to baths. I don't like baths. It's hot and I get sort of flustered and the water goes cold and it takes a bit. I just don't like them. No. My favourite smells are freshly cut grass in summer, or like freshly cut wood. So like if you go into a DIY store and you've got like doors that have all obviously been freshly cut, that smell, that woody smell. My favourite album ever is Queen is Dead by the Smiths. Although it hasn't got my favourite song on it, which I'll talk about later, it's one of those sort of albums that's got loads of great songs on it. So if I'm doing something else, I can just put it on and let it go and not have to keep changing the song. My favourite side is the B side, because I think every record's got a slightly better side. My favourite songs are There Is a Light That Never Goes Out, because it was my first Smith song that I really loved, and Big Mouth Strikes Again. One of my favourite people in the world is my maths teacher. He is cool, he listens to the Smiths. When I go back after school, like for some extra lessons, he's just really nice. I don't know, he's just really cool. I aspire to be a prosecuting criminal barrister in Crown Court, and like my big ambition is to get up to the Old Bailey, which is the most famous Crown Court in England, if not Europe. And I've wanted that since I was about 10. Weather-wise, I prefer it when it's raining and cloudy and a bit miserable to when it's sunny. And one of my favourite things to do is to walk home from school in the rain, listening to some sort of deep emotional music, just pretending I'm in a film or something. I much prefer listening to records than listening to like MP3s from my phone, although I do listen to MP3s because you can't really carry your record player around if you're on the way home from school. When the British singer Amy Winehouse died, I did cry. I cried for about 5 minutes. I was very emotional. Because of my illnesses, I have to have a blood test every 3 or 4 months. But I have a phobia of needles. I really love Christmas, and I get in the spirit maybe a little bit too early, could you say? Is there such a thing? My favourite YouTuber is Danny's Donfire. End of. Unlike most of the Doctor Who fandom, I am very excited to see Peter Capaldi play the Doctor, because I just don't know what it's going to be like, and I love him, so. My favourite Doctor is David Tennant, and I think Rose is my favourite companion. I love David Tennant. I loved him before Doctor Who, I loved him in Doctor Who, and I love him after Doctor Who. So I don't know, I just think it was a perfect way that he mixed like sadness but still that sort of really sort of empowering way of the Doctor. I loved the band Busted. They were like my childhood band. I listened to them almost every day, and unlike most other bands, I love all of their solo careers. I am exactly 159.9 centimetres tall. Done at a doctor's, so done properly. Yeah, why couldn't they add on that 0.1? Oh, nearly 160. I think I'm going to start calling myself 160 centimetres tall. I'm 160 centimetres tall. Maybe. This is a good thing, but I've never been to a funeral. There was one death in my family since I've been born, but I was too young to go. I have a mild form of OCD in the classic cleanliness form, where I feel compelled to tidy my room every night or I cannot get to sleep, and if I do sleep, I don't sleep properly. There's a very common phobia of being sick. However, being sick doesn't bother me, nor does the sight of it or the smell of it or the whole process of being sick. I put barbecue sauce on practically everything, like every dinner, everything can be made better with barbecue sauce. Whilst doing some research onto some facts to put in here, people always did their favourite places, but I just don't have one. I could never pick. I've been to so many brilliant places around the world that I could never pick one. I don't like the phrase, my favourite song is. I think the best way to determine your favourite song is if you were told you could only ever listen to one song again, what song would you pick? And I would pick Heroes by David Bowie, because it's so empowering, and not only is it a brilliant song with some brilliant synthesizers backing, it also holds many dear memories, and and also I really love the slightly historical aspect of it about the Berlin Wall and where he filmed it. My star sign is Leo. I have never worn false eyelashes, nor have I ever worn false nails. I've only ever had one pet, and that was a rabbit called Chocolate. I am absolutely useless at texting back, like so useless. Like, I did not cry at Marley and Me. I have got 2 previous YouTube channels, a solo one and one I created with 2 of my friends, but I was the only one that ever posted on it, so I stopped. I hate eggs in like all forms. Omelette, scrambled, poached, but I can't stand eggs. I love going abroad, and I think I go abroad as much as I can, and I hope when I'm older, if I earn enough, I will try and visit every country in the world, including every state in America. I recently spent 3 weeks in America on summer holidays, but the one thing I really craved when I got home was baked beans. I probably am the least sympathetic person you will ever come across. When I'm older, I'd rather live in like a fairly decent sized cottage in the country than some ridiculous overly sized mansion. I practically live in my Joy Division jumper. I bought it in Camden for, I think it was £15. I wear glasses. I have a very mild case of short-sightedness, and sometimes I wear them like because I need them, but some of the time I wear them to look smarter. Please don't judge me.